YouTube, welcome to a brand new Unity 3D tutorial. So like I said in the last couple of tutorials, these next few tutorials are going to be bug fixing, but if you've got a game a lot like mine, you're going to want to implement the bug fixes too. So the first bug slash glitch I want to fix is the fact that we've got waypoints around here but no characters following them. And really no one ever really saw the waypoints or the character anyway, so I'm going to delete all the waypoints. And I'm going to align these options bits in the middle, so it's not just to one side, it's in the middle if you get me. So more like that. See, that looks slightly better, but you're always going to get a perfectionist who wants it dead in the middle. Like, no, I want it in the middle. That will do. Kind of. It's not right, but still. But we could sit here for hours trying to get it to line up perfectly. But now we have easier. It looks better, or better than it did. So the next thing I want to do is make this character more visible with the spotlight. And yes, we are being very picky, but it's picky for a good reason. So I'm going to rotate it a little bit, just so it shows more of her, like so. And obviously we'll be changing that model soon. But now we have buttons. So the next fix I want to do is when we click options, I want to move this up here really and make it better lined up if you wish. So if we go to, I believe it is on wall 2 here, if we double click and open this one, you will see when I zoom in, this controls the GUI, there we go, for our difficulty thing. Really simple, right? So, if it's the size of my monitor, we don't want it the size of that too, which is weird. So instead we're going to change it. So the group size on the X will be screen.width, and the same for the height, but will be height. So it fits whatever monitor it's got. And we'll start it at 0, 0. So now it will be from the top of my monitor all the way down, well not my monitor, in the editor it'll be from there all the way down to there. Easy, right? And I'm pointing at the screen again, yes. So, the next thing we've got to do is make sure it all looks right. So if we just click play, it might actually already be fixed, we never know. We've got to have a look. But the good thing is about Unity, oh no, that's almost perfect to what I want. So we'll put it half screen so we can see. So we want the back button roughly near the bottom. So back, instead of 100 across, we'll say 40 across, but we'll make it screen.height minus 40. So what that should do is put it at the screen.height, which we'll say 768, then minus 40 off it, so it should go back up. So it should be roughly here. So when it loads, as you can see it's loading at the bottom, it will update it in the actual game. In a minute. Boom. Just like that. Now 40 is a bit too far, so I'm going to change it to 20. And we know that'll be perfect, so we'll just start that uploading. So the next thing I want to do is move the difficulty down a bit and put the options in the middle of the screen. Again, really easy. So, where it says options menu, I'm going to grab the X and put screen.width divided by 2. So, say we've got 1000 divided by 2, that's 500. But you've got to account for the label, which will be like offside. It's like lopsided if you wish, more on one side. So we're going to put minus, actually I believe it's plus, 150, which is half of the actual width. Now, if you've got your width set up properly, this will work really well. See, as you can see, it was minus, I was incorrect. So if we change that to minus 150, that will be dead on in the centre. There. So, difficulty, currently human. I like it, but I want to change it. So instead of difficulty currently human, I'm going to put difficulty, and I'm going to put backslash n. And if you don't know what that'll do, it will literally put it on a new line inside the label. So as you can see, my label is not right, so we're going to keep messing with that. We'll say around 100, 50, yeah, not 550. So now, when this loads fully, difficulty currently human, that's working. Now when we attach a GUI style, we'll say it's centered, it'll look really nice, hopefully. So I'm going to move this label up to 20, 30, we'll say 30. So options menu's in a nice place now. It's looking better. Difficulty's there, and what I'm thinking is we can have like a bit here, so difficulty, we can have like audio, video, blah 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 blah, all the way down here. Simple. See, that looks much better. look even better when the difficulty is centered. So now we can change that and click back and we can play everything. So the next thing I want to do is add a loading screen there because that looks awful. So the loading screen is not working. We need to make it work. So as you saw, there was a loading screen on character customization, so make sure you save your scene and we'll go and nick it from there. So the best way to test this would be to actually test the character creation. So of course we've got even more bugs to fix in here, so we can just skip all this for now. Click finish. Does it have a load? It does have a working loading screen, which is good. So that means we can grab this loading screen and just drop it here for a minute. In fact, we'll put it somewhere real. So we'll go to our resources, prefabs, and we'll stick it in HUDs. And we have loading screen, so if we put loading screen back on it, working to working, you know, it works fine. So now we can come back to our main menu, click save, and put our loading screen on here. Eventually we will change the loading screen, and because we put it on every single one, it should work fine. But if we click play now, nothing should happen. Hopefully. Yeah, so when we click play, we need to say loading screen on. That simple. So we're going to go to our play game bit, and we're going to open up our play game main menu script. And whenever we click play game, we need to say loading screen on. That's it. So we type GameObject.find, which basically finds a game object, you all know that. And we'll type the name of our object, which is loading screen, I believe it is. We can double check. Loading underscore screen. I was so close. And then what we need to do is actually go onto it for now and get the GUI texture and turn it on so it looks like that. That's it, really simple, right? So what we'll do is go back to here and we'll get loading screen dot GUI texture. Now the rule is, if it's a collider, a GUI texture, or like audio, somewhat Unity's put in, you don't have to do get component, you can just get it, dot enable equals true. If it's a script or something, use get component. You'll figure it out. So now that'll do that. And that should work. It should show a loading screen when we click play. It will only be for a brief second, but when you're streaming it or on a slow computer, it'll look cool. Any day now. It's just updating the script, that's why it's taking its time. So we got it, we click play, loading screen off. Perfect! Brilliant, I love it. So eventually we're going to look at animated loading screens, but it's just harder to do because you need pro version, but I'm getting there. So what I want to do on this loading screen is actually configure the width and the height to automatically suit whatever it is. So right here, above all this function start, we're going to type GameObject dot GUI texture. So we're basically, whatever this script's attached to, we're getting the GUI texture and we're going to change the pixel inset. So dot pixel inset, and we will type equals new rect, and then we'll type, because if you look at it here, it's a rect, x, y, width, height. It's a rect. It's easy, right? So we'll type 0, 0, because we want it in the corner of the screen at the top, and then for the width, we'll type screen.width, and for the height, have a guess, screen.height. That's it. So every time we run a loading screen, it should match the screen 100%. So as you can see, in a minute, when we click play, it should stretch to our screen only. Hopefully. Play, boom, look at that. Ah, you missed it. Was that too fast for you? I'll try again. Let's see if I can pause it. I miss it every single time. So we'll click play, I'll click play game and pause it. See if that works. No, I can't do it, I'm not fast enough. But yeah, so that's all we're going to do for this one. I apologise, it's not very good. When we fix the bugs, you will see this game get back up to spec, well, the tutorial series. But I'm eventually going to start using Make Human to make these models look, well, come on, we all can base it. She looks like she's just being hit with something. It's not good. So we're going to change it, and it's going to look cool and everything, hopefully. So the next tutorial we're going to look at the character creation, fix all the bugs in there, because there's quite a few, if you didn't notice. The bugs, we need to change both characters, so squash them like, well, that one don't work. And we need to basically make it so you can go back as well. So we're going to change a lot of it, and we're going to make it so much simpler, and add like a proper treadmill thing or something, and we'll make it work. It'll look cool. But thank you for watching, and if you are still watching, even through the bug fixes, thank you, it does mean a lot. You can also skip this if you're making your own game. We definitely will fix everything after the 200th tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.